the heavens. And when even gods observe celestial silence, a divine anticipation stirs in the heart of creation. As the universe prepares to explode with ecstatic joy, for the impossible is about to become possible. The unborn to be born, the teacher of the Gita, the liberator of the worlds. This is no ordinary day. This is Janmashtami.
Love, sacrifice, ferociousness, knowledge, power, all these are separate words in lower middle class level. In the peak of pure consciousness, all these are Ananta Kalyana Gunas of one being, Krishna. If you want to know the meaning of what is life, what is goal, what is good, what is bad, Gita is the dictionary. If you want to read Gita, Krishna is the dictionary.
Krishna, the most powerful, the greatest embodiment of the cosmos, the ultimate eternal divine, who constantly makes himself available to humanity. His very existence is a cosmic dance of bliss, a never-ending romance with existence itself. It is with open arms and overflowing hearts that we invite you to be part of this cosmic celebration with the SPH and KAILASA.
Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of KAILASA serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. KAILASA's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN Nityananda Paramashivam, KAILASA has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of KAILASA is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people.
earth turns inward during the divine Chaturmasya, while prayers rise like incense through the heavens. And when even gods observe celestial silence, a divine anticipation stirs in the heart of creation. As the universe prepares to explode with ecstatic joy, for the impossible is about to become possible. The unborn to be born, the teacher of the Gita, the liberator of the worlds. This is no ordinary day. This is Janmashtami.
Love, sacrifice, ferociousness, knowledge, power, all these are separate words in lower middle class level. In the peak of pure consciousness, all these are Ananta Kalyana Gunas of one being, Krishna. If you want to know the meaning of what is life, what is goal, what is good, what is bad, Gita is the dictionary. If you want to read Gita, Krishna is the dictionary.
Krishna, the most powerful, the greatest embodiment of the cosmos, the ultimate eternal divine, who constantly makes himself available to humanity. His very existence is a cosmic dance of bliss, a never-ending romance with existence itself. It is with open arms and overflowing hearts that we invite you to be part of this cosmic celebration with the SPH and KAILASA.
Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of KAILASA serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. KAILASA's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanatana Hindu civilization with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, BHAGAVAN Nithyananda Paramashivam, KAILASA has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of KAILASA is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nityananda all of you. So after this wonderful darshan revelations by Swamiji, and yes, we like to welcome each one of us who are here with us. We have Ma Steffi Daters, Nityanandam.
Nityanama.
Ma Sadashivai, Nityanandama.
Nityanama.
Ma Salichan, Ma Puhujan,
Nityanandam.
Nityanandam. Ma Jnana Rupini, Nityanandam.
Nityanam.
Sharvimodhaya, Nityanandam.
Nityanam.
Ma Nisreganya, Nityanandam.
Nityanama.
Yes. Ma Anand Paramashakti, Nityanandam.
Nityanama.
Ma Aghora Sarupini, Nityanandama.
Nityanama.
Venkrishan, Nityanandam.
Nityanam.
Ma KAILASA Yogini, Nityanandam.
Nityanama.
We have Ma Chen Xiao Fang, Nityanandam.
Nityanam.
Ma Parabrahma Sarupini, Nityanandam.
Nityanam.
Chao Yo Huang, Nityanandama.
Nityanama.
Vishnathanaidya, Nityanandam.
Nityanam.
Luki Aya, Nityanandam.
Nityanam.
Ma Mahasatya, Ma Paramasatya, Nityanandam.
Nityanam.
Ma Jyoti, Nityanandam.
Nityanama.
Zhang Shi Hao, Nityanandam.
Nityanam.
And we have Sri Lingodpan and Ma Anub Menon. Yes.
Nityanama. Ya Nityanama.
So once again, welcome all of you on this beautiful journey of the Paramashivoham that we are in. And we just received the darshan of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, not just the darshan, receive the powerful cognitions, the cosmic truth that Swamiji was revealing. With this, let's get ready to enter into the power manifestation. So we, the Acharyas, will be projecting an image on your screen, and through the power of third eye, see what Swamiji is revealing to you. So let's get ready. You can cover your eyes with the blindfold. Make sure that you're covering your eyes, your blindfold. Just not just close your eyes, because if the light should not fall on the two eyes. So make sure that you please cover your eyes. Please go ahead, cover your eyes now. As we enter into this round of power manifestation, you can sit with your head, neck, spine in a straight line. Please cover your eyes now. Yes, please go ahead, cover your eyes. And just as we just received the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, we are in a state, the frequency of our existence has raised to that super consciousness. So let's just take this opportunity to enter into the power manifestation, to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. So just sit with your head and spine straight line, visualize Swamiji in your space, invoke his presence. Just remember, nothing else exists other than Paramashiva. Gently bring your awareness to the third eye and gaze at Swamiji's third eye through your third eye, penetrating deep. Now let's connect with Swamiji through the Mahavakya. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Keep chanting the Mahavakya, keep your eyes closed, and let's enter into this round of power manifestation. The image is now being projected on the screen. Let's begin.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham
Now slowly, very slowly, you can remove your eye bands, you can open your eyes.
So now all the participants can start writing down what was revealed by Paramashiva through the third eye. And as you are revealing, make sure you write it elaborately. You can even, for example, you might be expressing even much more than what you experienced at that moment. Because when you look at the third eye doesn't just see one layer, it can see multiple layers of reality. So as you look through the third eye, don't judge whatever you are seeing, as it might be several layers of that reality. You might be just looking at one of the layers, and it can lead you to the next layer, and by itself also it is not wrong. For example, so we have sharings already coming. Lingodbhavan Ayya is sharing green and brown, a mountain, and maybe something like chair and table. Thank you for sharing, Ayya. So if you want to expand on this, for example, you saw something more, but you are not sure, or it might be just a feeling, an intuition, or certain things which you felt. For example, you felt the temperature high, or you felt a bliss happening inside. Anything, something which is not, you cannot straightforward verbalize, it's just an experience. Even that, you can share it in the chat, and you'll be surprised to see how it opens up different layers of that scene through the third eye. So we'll wait for a few minutes for other participants to also share.
Yes, so please continue to share and understand. As Maharaj was mentioning, the moment you start sharing, the deeper layers get revealed to you. We have Nisraguna who shares, I hug Swamiji Atmurti. I was projected by Swamiji, and I saw Swamiji with a big Rudraksha and no clothes, only red dhoti. Flowers garland around his head, red roses, and I smell them. They nicely. Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing, ma. And again, if you would like to add to it, what happened next in your, let's say you saw this, then what happened? Or more details, you can add, ma. We have Vishwanathan Ayya share yellow square on the wall. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Just waiting few minutes. Okay, all right. So if you are still sharing, continue to do so. Meanwhile, let's enter into the verification. We'll be projecting the image on your screen. Yes, so this is the image that we have projected. As you can see, it's a train. We have the track itself. apart from, so there are two tracks. On one is empty, one the train is coming. You can see the bridge, which is to uh, to cross the tracks, and you can see the trees, you can see the sky, you can see the flag, and there are some buildings as well on the right side, which is visible here in the frame. So yes, this is a picture, this image that we had projected. So green and brown. Definitely we have the green, the trees, the brown colors, we have mountain and maybe something like chair and table. So if you just look around, it's kind of a nature, even though the mountain itself is not visible in this frame, but surely must third eye reveals much more than what two eyes can see.
Also, the train will definitely be having chairs and tables.
Yes, for sure. Yes. And
Ma Nitsragunya has shared about her experience, and she mentions that I hugged Swamiji Murti. I was projected by Swamiji, and I saw Swamiji with big Rudraksha and no clothes, only red dhoti, flower garlands around his head, red roses, and I smell them nicely. Yes.
thank you.
And maybe this, for example, such a visualization could have been that this train, for example, could have be taken you to Swamiji if in that way the third eye is revealing, because Paramashiva is playing with us, he is celebrating us, he is manifesting through us in a very unique way. So how he will express and manifest, that whole journey will be unique every time and unique for everybody. See, for example, we have been sharing a couple of times how, for example, one of the participants was sharing how he read the word on the paper through the third eye. So first he saw just complete darkness. That is very common for everybody to see just darkness. Then he saw black granite. As soon as he saw black granite, he had the visualization of the Kala Bhairav deity at the Biddi front gate. And spontaneously the word Kala Bhairava came out from his mouth. It is not even he saw the word Kala Bhairava written on the paper, but spontaneously the word, just by having the glimpse of Kala Bhairava, came from his mouth, and that was what was written on the paper. So it was not a straight answer, as we can see. In the same way, when we look in deeper and we travel through the journey which Paramashiva is taking us, we see the different layers of the answer. So thank you for sharing, Ma.
And also we have yellow square on the wall. So we have the circle, we have the triangle, and there are walls behind. There seems to be some yellow thing. So you must have seen, which is not even visible in this frame itself. So yes, thank you, yeah.
Yes, Ma Nisragunya is sharing. Thank you. That's beautiful. I really believe in that, especially when I see some red in front of train. And yes, Swamiji is my train and I will not miss. Thank you for sharing, Ma.
Thank you all for sharing. It's a beautiful sharing today, and all of you have actually successfully manifested. So with this, let's now enter into a revelation by Swamiji, which is going to be on how to keep the seeking alive. Understand, Swamiji says that it is seeking. Keep your seeking intense. Only through the seeking you'll be able to reach that space. So let's enter and deepen our seeking, experience that seeking.
This is the way the master teaches the level disciples. And this is the way the disciples learn among themselves. The disciples learn among themselves. Third, this is the way the opposite ideology persons were made to understand the truths. Fourth, this is the only way the religious terrorism was avoided in Vedic tradition. We never won over the sword. We never waged war with the sword. It was all with the clear, friendly, convincing arguments. The non-violent strength of the Vedic tradition is built on spiritual debate. You will not find stories like this master took a sword and rode on the horse, went with millions of people and killed the opposite king or the religious leader and converted that whole crowd into his religion. No. He goes with a palm leaf and with a deep peace, few shaved head disciples, sits with the opposite religious leader on and on and on for days. And I want you to know about one of the important spiritual debate happened in the Vedic tradition, which rewrote the history of Vedic tradition between Shankara and Mandana Mishra. That was the turning point of the Vedic tradition. Because Vedic tradition was slowly getting lost in rituals. Just the outer physical doing. Slowly the attention is getting diverted towards that direction. Then the inner enlightenment science. So this debate was the greatest turning point happened to the Vedic tradition. The rules of the debate is both of them will have lotus garlands. And Mandana Mishra's wife is a judge. Whose garland withers away first is the loser. You may think, how can that be the decision point? You need to understand, whose body becomes heat during the argument does not have the rational strength, just agitation is coming up. As I said in the morning, the person who is agitated is loser. Person who is agitated is going to do all foolish things. All foolish things. And they are already doing. Get into more and more trouble. They are putting themselves into more and more trouble. When you are agitated, see, spiritual strength means how much the Shastra Pramana and Apta Pramana has become Atma Pramana. Shastra Pramana means truths of the spiritual scriptures. Apta Pramana means the truths as expressed by the master. Atma Pramana means truths which has become experience of you. The Shastra Pramana, how it is expressed as Apta Pramana, should become Atma Pramana in you. So, if your Atma Pramana is stronger, your logic will ride on the cool, lubricated, compassionate nervous system. Does not need to get agitated, does not need to become hot, so that the garland can wither away. So now no need. You can play the cool game. So, Mandana Mishra was given one garland, Shankara was given one garland, debate starts, 3.5 days it goes. 3.5 days, fourth day. Amazing. 3 days, two complete opposite ideological persons are able to sit and have a beautiful dialogue, debate without getting heated up. That is the greatness of the Vedic tradition. That's the greatness of Vedic tradition. It's like more like will I lead you to the deeper space or will you lead me to deeper space? That's all. Nothing else. So both of them decide, if you lead me deeper space then where I am, I will become your disciple. If I lead you to the deeper space then where you are, you become my disciple. Let us enter into the deeper truths. Sahana vavatu, sahana ubunaktu. Means let both of us grow together. Let both of us educate ourselves together. Let both of us have friendliness till we complete this process. Even the Brahma Sutra, first sutra starts with Atato Brahma Jignasat. Let us explore the existence, the Brahman. Very beautifully, the Apta Pramana, Shastra Pramana, which has become Apta Pramana, and how much it has become Atma Pramana. Here, both of them are leading each other into the deeper and deeper and deeper spaces, understandings. When you have no more space to lead the other person into understanding, you are agitated. You will now start using the perverted logic, the heat. Garland will wither away. After 3.5 days, evening, first time sweating was seen on Mandana Mishra's body. The heat started coming up, means now all his other energy chakras are tired. Swadhisthana is emitting the heat. Now it has become survival. It is no more understanding. It is no more spiritual. Now he is agitated. He knows he doesn't have any more. He can't lead the other person into the deeper spaces, deeper than where he is. So naturally, the irrational logic, perverted logic gets activated, and he tries to use different words, which is not his experience. So those words, which has not become part of him, creates heat, and garland slowly starts withering away. Saraswati, Ubay Bharati, says, stop now, you lost the game. Understand how beautiful the atmosphere would have been. Two great religious leaders. Understand, Mandana Mishra is not an ordinary guy. He is the top religious leader in Karmaganda. In those days, Hinduism is not like united as it is now. It's one of the huge branch. The ritualism is conquering, trying to conquer the science part of the religion. So it's a fight between socio-political rules and research and development science. The spiritual science and socio-political rules. Huge fight. But happening without even a flower, garland getting heated up. Can you understand? Such big decisions are made in such a loving atmosphere. It's almost like a life and death for few million people. It is getting made in a space where the garland, the lotus flower, is not getting withered away. No sword, no blood, not even using the hand to beat. Just simple intelligence. And then Mandana Mishra not only realizes, he surrenders completely. He surrenders completely and says, here I am, your disciple. I understand. You can lead me one step deeper than what I am. See, Mandana Mishra is not an ordinary, he is an highly integrated spiritual practitioner. I can say religious practitioner who has millions of disciples. Amazing strength, intelligence, integrity. But when he says, yes, this guy can lead me one step deeper than where I am. He can take me one step above than where I am. This is time. Let me surrender. Keeping the seeking alive. Understand? Keeping the seeking alive. Not getting frozen with the ideas is the truth, basic truth on which the debate should happen. Spiritual debate should happen. Keeping the seeking alive. Not getting frozen in our own ideas. Person who constantly has a spiritual debate with his own life is living enlightened. With your own life, constantly have a spiritual debate. Am I standing with the decisions I took? Am I standing with the seeking I took up? Am I getting frozen? Am I ready to have the debate? Am I ready to have debate with my life, which is ready to lead me to the next step? Am I keeping my seeking open? Am I keeping my surrender alive? Or am I slowly, see in the Ganges, some dirt will slowly get into the bank and get settled. Means stopped moving, stopped flowing, stopped living. Spiritual debate is something which makes your seeking alive, which makes your surrender alive, which makes the whole thing alive, keeps the enlightenment Ganges flowing in your system intensely. Remember, when you do the debate, the garland on your neck should not get heated. Maybe we can have thermometer. Because you guys are not going to sit for 3.5 days. Garland may wither away. So you should have the thermometer or pulse monitor. Pulse monitor. That's the right thing. Your pulse should be balanced. It should be completely based on your Atma Pramana. The Apta Pramana, which has become Atma Pramana. Understand? Shastra Pramana can never directly become Atma Pramana. That's the biggest thing. Shastra Pramana is only to inspire you. Apta Pramana only give experience. And how much the Apta Pramana became Atma Pramana. So, when it is purely from Atma Pramana, there is no loser. If you lose, naturally the person who wins is going to lead you much deeper experiences. So you are winner. If you are winner, the person who lost, you are going to lead that person into the deeper and deeper spiritual experiences. Again you are a winner. Spiritual debate is a space where it is win-win situation. There is no loser. In Indian tradition, spiritual debate was one of the backbone, as I said, in 4 level. Master to transmit the truths to the new disciples. Master to transmit the truths to the different ideological religious leaders. Disciples to transmit the truth to other disciples. And one leader to transmit the truth to other leader. In 4 ways it has been used. And this avoided all religious terrorism in Vedic tradition. The Vedic traditions extraordinary strength is spiritual debate. And there is a beautiful Sanskrit verse which says, when you listen from the master, you learn 1/4. When you have a debate among yourself, you will learn 1/4. When you do the smarana, you learn the 3rd quarter. When you start teaching, you learn the 4th quarter. When you listen from the master, 25%. When you do debate among yourself, second 25%. When you do the smarana, remembrance, means internal question answer. I can say kind of an internal debate. The 3rd 25%. When you start teaching, the 4th 25%. That is the way the truths are learnt. So, you guys have heard. Now I'll lead you guys to the second 25%. We will have spiritual debates. This is the truth of spiritual debate in Indian tradition. I think the second subject is history of spiritual debate. I think I have covered this subject also. As I said, in all traditions, which is out of Vedic tradition, the debate is part of life. I can see very clearly how Mandana Mishra and Shankara would have had the debate, and how Shankara had debate with many of the Buddhists and conquered, and how many Buddhists like Nagarjuna had debate with Shankarites and conquered. You may think, then what is truth? Suddenly when Shankara represents, Advaita wins. When Nagarjuna represents, Shunyatva wins. Then which is reality, which is truth? Understand, the person who is experienced is reality, not the ideas. Shankara was able to lead Buddhists one step deeper in Buddhism than where they are. So he won. Nagarjuna is able to lead Shankarites one step deeper into Advaita where they are. So he wins. So truth is one. Who is able to lead you one step deeper wins. So spiritual debate is more like a place where the person who can lead you one step further than where you are is identified and the help is taken. Brief introduction.
So arguments are always have been a part of the Vedic tradition, and how Swamiji shares, if ideas are not the important, it is the experience that wins. Whether it is the Shankara leading to the Buddhist and everyone, when he takes them to the next deeper, one layer deeper, he wins. And when the Nagarjuna takes even the Shankarites to the next level where they are, one level deeper, Nagarjuna wins. So it is not the ideas, it is the experience which wins. So it was a wonderful day today. We have been going through, Swamiji was revealing, especially on the bhakti. So hope all of you have immersed yourself in this deep bhakti to experience the deep surrender, the deep devotion. With this, now we'll be closing the day with the Purna Mantra. So let's bring our hands in Namaskar Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Sri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you everyone, Nityanandam. Make sure that you join tomorrow for the day will be starting with the Nityananda. So